I'm happy that some of you decided to sit in the middle of that panel because, yeah, thanks. Thank you very much, because otherwise it would feel like a tennis match, so just looking to the right and to the left. So what shall I say? It's over. So we are done. So many thanks to all of you that came here to participate in that conference, for all your contributions, presenters, workshops, inputs, ad hoc conversations, talks, a lot of beers, other non-alcoholic drinks, warm drinks, cakes, food. So that was really amazing. First of all, a huge round of applause for all of you who came here and you make that conference such a success for all of us. Thank you. I would say the last 2.5 days of full program hopefully made clear when you hear the terms digitalization and impact of internationalization, you don't necessarily have to think of the chosen one like Neo breaking out of the smart simulation of the Matrix or the Skynet from the Terminator films in which machines takes over the world. So instead, the many exciting presentations and workshops, as I said at the beginning, made really a huge success and a huge contribution to our conference. Thanks for that again. When we started planning the conference and gradually got into the organization of the concept, we had very much wished to be able to offer a small platform for stimulating encounters and intensive exchange with this event. I think you will allow me to say that our hope has been realized. So again, thank you very much for that. I'm extremely grateful and delighted with the exchange over the last 2.5 days. But I also have to say I'm terribly tired, but super happy. So, and I guess my team feels the same way. Let me briefly reflect on the conference and all that has happened in the last few days. On Wednesday, we kicked off the conference at the beautiful Museum of Communication. What a wonderful place. Do you agree? Yes or no? Okay, good. There we opened our event and set the stage for the following conference days. Right at the beginning, Teskin Adam, so thank you that you are still here with us. She reminded us that technology and digitalization do not have to be understood as uncontested salvation, but should be viewed critically. So I think it's really important to bring all these critical thoughts into our discussion. The claim to problemize and rethink digitalization's and internationalization's coloniality was a crucial addition to the more useful or usual discourse on the topic. Again, thanks for sharing that. However, a stroll around the Museum of Communication also reminded us that communication, which is more or less the basis of digitalization and internationalization, can also be quite easy and straightforward. So that's why I took this photo in the Treasure Chamber installation of Joseph Beuys called the Fadentelefon. So can this digitalization also be that easy? I don't know. We have to discuss that during the weekend or maybe next week. On Thursday, we began our conference similarly with some of overarching anthropological questions and thoughts about trust and technology, delivered by Professor Teubner's keynote speech. Simultaneously, Professor Helm discussed the fundamental assumptions concerning intercultural learning in presenting findings from several large-scale virtual exchange initiatives. She emphasized interculturality and the need to build an ecology of diverse and multiple knowledge, thus recognizing and valuing decolonial approaches to internationalization. So thank you again for that. This thematic, or should we say philosophical ethical foundation of the conference theme, which set the framework in the opening, was also echoed in many contributions on the first day of the conference. Later, in addition, Christine Boog raised the question of whether the education sector in particular much more emphasis should be placed on public infrastructure. So that's also, I think, a really important issue or topic to discuss the relationship between the public sector and the edtech sector, for example. So I'm very happy that also so many contributions came from the edtech sector and helped us to keep this conversation going and to make really innovation happen. This moved also the thematic focus towards the political framework in which processes of digitalization and internationalization necessarily play out. I'd like to show two other examples that impressed me very much. So one comes from Frédéric Maté, who is sitting here, and shows that these targets are moving directly into my mouse. So I hope also that you enjoyed that. And the last one, a really nice example of how one of the participants sketched out the discussion right away online and shared that with the community. I think really a brilliant example of how knowledge can be documented also online and shared and make it a really resource for all of us and continuous thinking. So now we are coming to the thanks that I have to give. Again, I want to thank all of you who contributed to the conference and the presentations. And you all make the exchange happen. So I'm very grateful and lucky to have such an incredible organizing team to rely on. My utmost thanks to the logistic support that made this event so smooth and such a success. So thank you very much and joining me in a round of applause. This is also true for the technical team sitting right next door and following us all on the other stages with the recordings, the live video recordings, and their support there. So thank you very much for making that happen. Also, a special thanks goes to the Berlin-Brandenburg Academy of Science. So I think this is really a great venue, right next door, such great colleagues, and we are happy that they hosted us here and give us the opportunity to meet and to exchange. So thank you for that. So now I'm coming to my team, but they do not only exist as digitized representations on that photo. They are here in the room. They are real persons who can talk to. So they are sitting mostly over there. Katrin, Juliana, Julia, you're not in my team, but you're one of my projects. So, but anyway, that's okay. Simon, Vera, some others there. Leo, Kathleen, Ricarda, Cindy. So I missed them up. Eugen is over there. So please all stand up and join me with a huge round of applause. That will come later. So, and lastly, please clap your hands for all the colleagues from the Berlin office and all the colleagues coming over here from our headquarters from Bonn. And thank you all for helping us with the conference, for your contributions, for your program work that you integrated into our schedule. So that was really, really a great success. Thank you very much for that. And finally, above all, Claudia Wusso, who is standing over there. Please come on and join me on stage. For all her planning and scheduling and for having the complete overview of what's going on either early in the morning or late in the night. So thank you very much for helping us with that. And as I know that pink means something to her, I hope that also... And the last one, and I think the most important one, is Kathleen Clancy. She took over the whole responsibility for planning, for keeping us moving, That was really, really good. And I don't know how she was able to handle all the pressure, all the things in parallel. It's like, wow, thank you a million times. Thank you very much. And please come on and join me here on the stage for a second.
Thank you, Alexander. But I have to say, I really disagree. I'm not the most important one. I think conferences or a lot of things are a collaborative art form. And yeah, so actually it's been so much fun working with a fantastic team. And yeah, actually it wasn't that stressful.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for taking the role to organize the conference in 2 years again. So very much appreciated.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, and to all of you, safe travels home. Thank you very much again. Hope to see you all again somewhere, either virtually or on site. It was amazing. Take care and yeah, enjoy the weekend finally. Thank you very much.